Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. I'm going to tell you why I just bought a bunch of toilet paper from Costco yesterday and why I think you should too. Now check this out. First off, the headline from the story I'm going to read: why there is no need to panic buy products during the post-strike and what you need to know. And actually it says toilet paper is the main concern. Now, this is a really interesting story because we're about to play out a mini panic that you saw when COVID started, and why it's important to be prepared ahead of time. So first off, I tried to do a live stream yesterday while I was down here, and I bought me 3 packages of the Costco toilet paper. You know, the ones where you're walking out and it's like, this is so much. Well, the truth is I paid $19.99 for that package. And I remember prior to COVID, they were $11.99. So almost an entire doubling of the cost. So that is the first reason why you should always have a good amount up there, because we are facing nationwide inflation. And the truth is the government is straight up lying to you. They are taking specific metrics out, like the cost of toilet paper, the cost of food, the cost of energy, and then they're taking everything else that's not going up that much. Remember, it's still going up, all that other stuff, and saying, don't worry, inflation's good. It's coming down. It's still up, but it's not that bad. They're straight up lying to you. Okay, so why wouldn't you have 2 or 3 things of toilet paper sitting in your garage or sitting off in storage somewhere? Because it doesn't deteriorate overnight. It lasts pretty long, right? So that's the number 1 reason. Number 2 reason, obviously the port strike. We don't know how long this is going to take. So let's dive into this story of how the media is telling you you should not do it. And remember, there's going to be a point where they're going to demonize people like you that are prepared. They're demonizing preppers. But technically, if you think about it, not even technically, honestly, preppers are smart because they've got stuff ahead of time. And if something goes wrong, they've got their stuff. So why not go now today and go buy some? Yesterday when I was in Costco, I noticed so many carts with 2 packages, if not 3 packages of toilet paper in our local Costco. So it's already beginning. Now, when I went there, there was still a lot of toilet paper left, but I can guarantee this: as the media ramps up all these stories about, and the word toilet paper picks up, and if you agree with that, do me a favor and share this story out, because what's going to happen is people are going to become aware and they're going to run down there. So why not you be the first person to go to the store and pick some up? I know it sounds crazy, but along with that, why don't you think about a water filter? I know it sounds crazy. Start thinking about all the crap that's in your water right now and go, what if there was something bad that happened to our water? Why don't I pick up a little bit of canned food? No, don't go crazy, but just being prudent, right? And then if nothing happens, you still got food to eat. You eat that food. All right, check this out. And you're going to save money from inflation. It says there's no need to panic buy products. It says a strike that persists for more than a month would likely cause a shortage of some products, although most holiday retail goods have already arrived. Isn't that true? Even going into Costco, you see all the Christmas trees are out and all the Halloween decorations, everything's already out, right? Because these large corporations actually saw this coming and they moved to grab a bunch of stuff and bring it over ahead of time. Also, big corporations are hurting so bad. Their earnings are falling off a cliff. They're trying to be first to market to be able to grab share. Your dollars, if you're going to buy a Christmas tree, well, you're going to hopefully buy it from the first store that has that Christmas tree available at a good price. And when I say a good price, it's not a good price because inflation has taken all of this stuff up through the roof. It says as a dock worker strike from Maine to Texas has shut down ports, consumers are warned against panic buying in fear of shortages. Who's the dumb one? The one that listens to the mainstream media and goes, oh, I don't want to panic buy. And I'm not telling you to panic buy. Or the one that just goes down and goes, you know, I think I'm going to get next month's food this month. Why not? So who do you think's worse? The one listening to the government and the media, or the one that thinks for themselves? That makes you think, huh? It says, while a lengthy shutdown could raise prices on goods around the country and potentially cause shortages and price increases, some retailers explain that they have prepared for the disruption. Do you really think so? I don't think so. Texas-based grocery chain H-E-B released a statement Tuesday saying that they do not anticipate any customer impact from the port strike at this time. Well, that's just like Jerome Powell saying that inflation is transitory. Oh, look, they're bringing more toilet paper. Oh, good. Because there's people that want to eat Mexican food, like me. It says what you need to know. Customers will not likely see an impact right away. Well, duh. That's actually how the world works, Mr. or Mrs. Reporter. When there's an action, there's usually a reaction later. Most holiday retail goods have already arrived from overseas. Who gives a rip? Do you need another fake Christmas tree? Bananas are likely affected by the strike since most are imported. Well, if you have your tactical banana holder on your AR-15, you should be good to go. You just put one banana there. Imported chocolate and specialty meats could be affected. Well, specialty meats are too expensive, and I'm on a diet, so I don't need the chocolate. Imported beer, liquor, and wine from places like Germany and UK, France could be impacted. Oui? Toilet paper is mostly a domestic product and not likely impacted by the strike. Well, I don't know if you were, and I'm just talking to the reporter that wrote this. I don't know if you were around during COVID, but there were lines at Costco 300 yards around the block just to get one thing of toilet paper because people wanted to save $5. Just saying. So then they talk about what could likely be affected, right? The strike could last weeks or months. If the strike is resolved within a few weeks, customers probably won't notice any major shortage of retail goods. Well, that's great and all, but little side note, inflation is still roaring hot when it comes to things like toilet paper, food, and other things you need, right? And since the Fed just lowered rates a little bit, sort of like a panic move, what's going to happen is there's a lot of speculation in certain markets, and that is going to slowly drive up the price of food and toilet paper because as things get more expensive, like right now oil, which is going to bring in higher gasoline prices, so the companies that make the toilet paper deliver the food, they're going to slowly add those costs into your toilet paper and food, thus bringing the price up. See, I've been warning people of a mini bout of hyperinflation that's coming. It's going to be a snapback from when the Fed lowers rates, which they've already started, and then all of a sudden, about 3 to 6 months later, the data is going to come in and inflation is going to take off like a rocket and they're going to have to raise rates. And so that's really important for people to know. Now it says here, the University of Houston Supply Chain and Logistics Technology Program Director, Margaret Kidd, said she doesn't expect prices of goods to rise quickly. Well, that's also a no-duh situation. It takes weeks for an impact, and as shelves go bare, if they do, that's when prices rise. She says when we consider fresh fruits, vegetables, that are perishable, we're dependent on South and Central America. If we have an extended strike, it could impact what we pay at the grocery store, not going to impact it tomorrow, but it could impact within a couple of weeks, Kidd said. Good news is most retailers anticipated this, and they front-loaded cargo to arrive prior to peak season. Okay, that's good and all, but like she said before, we're talking about perishables. So why not just think a little bit ahead and buy some extra stuff? I think this is the greatest opportunity you've got over the next couple of months. And again, if nothing happens, guess what? You got food and you just saved money on inflation. I hope you got something out of this. The Economic Ninja is out.